It's about that time of day again. Welcome back to your nightly newsletter, boys and girls. Joseph James here. Thursday evening, May 21st, 2015. You know the drill. Before we get into tonight's charts, I want to remind you everything I'm going to talk about tonight on our nightly newsletter, I teach to all of our students here at schooloftrade.com. We get a great trade room, a great free trial. Check it out at schooloftrade.com. Before we jump into charts, though, I do want to make sure you remember to watch this video on our trading blog here at sidewaysmarkets.com. There are 3 reasons why you should find a way over to that trading blog at Sideways Markets. 1, you can download all the charts below the video tonight. All the charts you're going to see me using in today's video, you can download those charts right below the video on our blog. Second thing, we got a free pass for you guys and gals. Come out and join us in our live trade room as a guest. If you're not a member of School of Trade and you're curious what it feels like to be a member of our trade room, I got a free pass for you, upper left-hand corner. And lower left-hand corner, we have a nightly newsletter mailing list. All I need is your name and your email address, and I'll shoot you over an email every evening when the newsletter goes live on the trading blog. That way you never have to worry about missing another newsletter report ever again. So make sure you're aware, over here on the blog, you can download all of our charts, grab a free pass to attend our trade room as a guest, and of course, don't forget your name and your email address, register for that nightly newsletter mailing list. If you grab the free pass or if you join the newsletter list, please make sure you check your email, boys and girls. I'm going to send you a verification email to make sure that we have the right email address, and so you can give me approval to keep sending you emails in the future. Last newsletter of the week, we got the Memorial Day weekend holiday right around the corner. I can smell the barbecue grill warming up already. Unofficial kickoff of the summertime. It's a big deal. It's a big deal where I come from. Hope you guys are ready for Memorial Day weekend. Before we get started, though, I wanted to give you guys an overview. Tomorrow is a half day in the markets. That's right. We have a half day. Markets will close at 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. What that means for you is you've got to get in early and get out early. The big deal is most professional traders are taking tomorrow off. So come in tomorrow, check out the volume, and make sure you check real closely to see if the market's even moving tomorrow. If it is moving tomorrow morning, we do have decent volume. Here's the plan for tomorrow. But again, be careful tomorrow. It's going to be very low volume, so be careful, be on your best behavior. Tomorrow is not the day to be moving to a live account. Okay, deal? Tomorrow, not the day. Tuesday, following the holiday weekend. Remember, Monday is a holiday. So Friday's a half day. Monday is completely closed, right? You guys should be resting up this weekend, and we'll hit it full steam ahead on Tuesday morning in our live trade room. So don't forget, half day tomorrow, full day off on Monday. Check the volume tomorrow morning, see how we're looking. If we're getting movement, it'll be tradable for only a few hours tomorrow morning, so get at it early. Let's start out here with gold. The GC, gold is long-term bullish and short-term bearish this evening. Our plan is to look for selling opportunities down to the measured move support, followed by buying opportunities up off those channel lows. We have a trading range to work with, and that's going to give us our biggest clues here right now on where we're going to be getting in, getting out, looking for targets, so on and so forth. Now, I really got to zoom out on this chart a little bit to show you the bigger picture on this, because this will give you a better look here at what we're dealing with. Now, we have this long-term channel, right? And you can see the long-term channel really looks nice. We've got a low here, got a high up top here, and the midline is really what kind of brings it all together and shows you the channel is legit. So with that channel, we talked about this earlier this week, right at the beginning of this week, we had this undershoot of the high of the channel. Now, when we see an undershoot of the high, one of 2 things is likely to happen. We're either going to undershoot the low of the channel, or we will overshoot the low. Okay, makes sense, right? So either the undershoot is going to undershoot the low or overshoot the low. So we have a bit of a range to deal with around the low of this channel. Now you can see, and we talked about this earlier this week, you can see here now we are really having trouble breaking through the undershoot of that channel low. Usually what happens is if it's going to give you an overshoot of that low, it's not going to even blink. It will just rocket down and then make its move higher. So the fact that we have the undershoot of the high and what appears to be still this undershoot of the low, I mean, look at this. The sellers can't even get it down to that 1200. Very, very interesting, very big clue, very weak very weak from the sellers right now. Either the bulls are putting up a good fight or the sellers just don't have much interest in taking this any lower right now. That alone tells me we definitely have some bullish clues here right now. So I know that long term, we're definitely going to be weighted towards the upside right now. That's why I said long term bullish, short term bearish. Now, let's zoom in a little bit closer now, and now you can get a better understanding of kind of where I'm coming from as far as short term selling, long term buying. Next up here, now we have a short term bear channel. This is where our short term bearish trend comes from, right? We have been making our lower lows. We have been pushing lower. And then as you can see here, we broke the channel. We've been trading sideways. We made a run for it at the lows, but look at how quickly it snaps back up, and it can't really push lower here right now. Again, this continues to confirm my suspicions of these sellers. Bottom line, though, is we will be looking out for a measured move push down that will put us into a very important area of support down around these channel lows. So you've got to be looking at this channel low, 1196.8, right, 1193.4, this area right there. You've got to really be careful if you're a short-term seller right now on the gold. But definitely you have a potential for a measured move here. Now, if I had to guess right now, it doesn't feel like they're going to make that measured move happen. But you know what? My guesses aren't my trading strategy. I trade what the chart tells me. So tomorrow morning I'll come in, look at the candlesticks, and we'll see what this price action is really trying to accomplish. What I see right now as being another very important clue on this chart is this trading range. We go down into the range, we rattle around a little bit, and you'll notice here we fake break of the low. Usually when we fake break of the low and we can't stay below in that downtrend, another rejection from those sellers. Again, either the sellers are weak or the bulls are too strong. Doesn't really matter to me, but when we see this fake break of that low and the inability to keep going lower there, we're most likely going to find ourselves just kind of thrown back towards these highs. You see the sellers got rejected there, sellers get rejected here, sellers get rejected here. It's not looking very bearish at this time. So keep an open mind for that measured move on the way down here on gold. And if you do get that push lower, you know where you can sell down to. Be careful trying to sell into that 96.8, 93.4 support area down here, because again, you've got that measured move, and you'll also notice it's also range expansion support, right? Take that trading range, copy and paste, copy and paste. All of a sudden now you start to see here 96.8, 93.4, and 88.5. Those are some definitely important targets for you bears out there tomorrow. My gut right now, which again I'll wait for proof tomorrow, my gut right now though tells me because of this fake break of that low, my gut tells me here we are going to try to make a run at this range expansion target overhead. If anything, we'll make a run back to that range high, stay inside that range high, look for a breakout pullback, right? Bottom line is, I think the odds are in the favor of the bulls right now, but wait for proof here on this gold. Again, long-term bullish, short-term bearish. I'm going to be looking for more proof on this tomorrow and see who really takes control over this. Gold's a pretty tough one right now. Pretty sloppy out there right now on gold. Gold is one of those markets, a lot like the euro sometimes, where it can definitely get a little bit chopped up during some tumultuous times in the U.S. economy. We got some data concerns going on right now about U.S. economic news, strong dollar, et cetera, et cetera. So it's been a little bit choppy here. I would err on the side of the bull side right now, looking for buying opportunities here on gold as we push higher, and you've got some easy targets waiting for you overhead. 12.12, 12.16, 12.20, and then possibly all the way up to that midline here of that channel here for tomorrow. Again, look for more proof though before you go put any money to work here on gold tomorrow. How about the euro? On this euro, relatively easy here on the euro. We do have a long-term bullish trend, a very long-term bullish trend, but it doesn't seem to be doing very much for the euro. The 6E euro futures, we got a bearish channel here this evening. This has been here all week. We have a trading range on the euro as well. And then we have some major support down here, right, from the 1001 down to the 889. So you can see here a lot of important clues on this chart. Euro is bearish after a failed breakout at the highs of the trading range, kind of the opposite of what we saw on gold. Our plan is to look for selling opportunities at resistance levels down to those support levels listed below. So here's the exact polar opposite of what we just talked about on gold. Gold had a fake break of the low. The euro now goes up right to that range expansion resistance target that we talked about last night, served up on a silver platter for you to get short. Nice big strong red candle confirms the order, and of course you're heading back down lower right now. The fake break of the high combined with that bearish channel tells you got to stay to the downside right now on the euro. Be looking for targets at the low of this trading range, 1078. Be looking for a bounce off of this channel low, right? That channel will work here. It's already bounced once. Look for it to bounce again, so definitely want to use that as some support. So targets at the range lows, targets at the range expansion support, and then look right here. This is a pretty tasty area of support down here, 1026. You've got this AB, CD support area here. Very, very easy, right? Very, very easy to see. That's going to be where, if you're a bear right now, you definitely want to take some profit off there at 1026. And then, of course, you've got extension support down here, range expansion support, some additional targets for you as you go lower. Whatever you do, though, be very careful selling. Be very careful getting into new positions down here around that 1001 area. This is a critical area of support off a very, very long-term chart, right, of the euro, okay? So looking to the bearish side right now on the euro, be ready to sell retracements, selling those rips, selling at resistance. If we happen to make a run for it back up, we'll look and make a try again. But again, bearish here on the euro, and we'll keep looking for selling opportunities here going into Friday's trading session. Remember, get to this thing early on Friday. Get to it early there on Friday. And then how about crude? Boy, I mean, we knocked it out of the park here today on crude oil. Crude oil was a very, very successful result after last night's newsletter. Very easy to see those bulls taking back control on the crude. Crude bullish in the short term, trading inside a range after breaking the highs of this long-term bear channel. Okay, so here we go. Long-term bear channel. We know we're long-term bearish. We were coming up off these lows earlier this week, and that's what gave me the reasons to say we're going to be short-term bullish. Well, we definitely dipped into the bull Kool-Aid a little bit too much there, as you can see today, and just kind of threw it up to these highs here, almost up to that 61, kind of hovering now inside of this trading range. Now, usually what happens is when we see a channel like this, rotates from highs down to lows, lows to highs, highs to lows, right, back up. Those sellers now are going to want to retest these lows. Okay, the sellers right now, any long-term bears right now are looking at this price and saying this is a bargain if you're a bear right now, because only a few days ago we were down around 58. So you've got to be suspicious right now of these bulls. We're definitely, I don't like the word overbought, because the market can keep doing whatever the heck it really wants to do, right? It can keep going higher here all at once. But you know, we made a pretty darn good run today. You're going to have some profit taking. We're seeing a lower high here. We're seeing some lower lows in the short term, and we have this trading range. So what I would be looking for right now is, personally, the best trades are most likely going to be short. If we look to go higher here, though, really be careful buying that pullback after you get out of that trading range. Whatever you do, don't buy below that 60.87. Make sure you get and stay above it. If you're a bull right now, up to that range expansion resistance, up to that 61.75, 62 even. Tomorrow we're expecting lower than average volume because of the holiday weekend. So while the cat's away, the mice may play here. We may get another bull run back up. It's unlikely, but if it does happen, again, I'm not trying to predict. I'm going to come in and react like everybody else will tomorrow. But I know, though, right now, though, this trading range is a very, very big deal here. So I'm going to be looking for price to get up, pull back, stay above, and go. It's really got to show me strength tomorrow morning for me to want to be a buyer. If it just tiptoes right? If it just kind of pokes its head out of the highs here, you've got to be suspicious of a fake break of those highs and a run back. That's why it's got to be a convincing break above those highs so it continues, right, with its upward trajectory up at that. Again, be looking at 61.44, be looking at 62s, right, be looking at these resistance areas overhead for targets. If I had to guess right now, I would guess we migrate back down to this 59.81 area, our 200 moving average, our BMT, and I'll be looking for, again, a possible fake break of the high. If we get a fake break of that high, if we get a FOBO up at that high in the overnight session tomorrow, be ready for this price to come back down. If we get a convincing break of that high, then we know the bulls are still here and we'll follow that trend continuation up to those targets overhead. But be looking for either the fake break at the high, the breakout retrace. We'll be looking for selling opportunities down to this 59.72, down to this 59.16. Those are range expansion targets. 59.08 looks to be, right, 59.44, 59.08 looks to be a pretty tasty area for a short-term set of targets tomorrow. We may get more than that, and if we do, we'll be looking for 58, 57, and of course, 58 even. So right now, really this trading range is going to be the most important clue we get here for tomorrow's trading session. It'll be a very short trading session. Get to it early. Get out of there early. Get your money to the market early. And remember, I'm going to be coming in tomorrow morning, checking those charts, seeing if anything's actually moving. We're going to need to see some good personality ahead of this long weekend, right, if we're really going to get anything out of it tomorrow. So be aware of this long-term bearish trend. Be looking for those fake breaks of the high to tell you to take off to the downside. And be open-minded to a strong break to the upside here. But again, it's got to be a strong break to this upside here right now because you know those bears right now are going to be eyeing that $58 a barrel to bring it right back down here, especially with that low-volume holiday weekend coming up. Remember, guys, even though you're alone right now watching this video on your computer at home, you're not alone in your trading career. Our entire team here at School of Trade headquarters in Los Angeles, we cannot wait to help you guys out, kickstart your new career as a professional day trader. We have a great free trial here at School of Trade. Check out our free trial here at schooloftrade.com. You'll see hundreds of hours of trading tutorials inside of our free trial. It's well worth your time and effort. I can guarantee you that. We have 3 levels of membership here, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and I always have someone standing by 24/7 to help you guys out with any questions you may have. A half day tomorrow. Monday is a holiday. You guys don't forget, wear your sunblock, wear the helmet, be careful out there on the water. Have a great weekend. Have a fantastic weekend. You know, these long weekends, these are the times you got to take some time with the family, with the friends. We work really hard all day long here in our headquarters, right? We work very hard. I know you guys work very hard. It's weekends like this, you got to unplug a little bit and enjoy the time with the people that you're working so hard for. So make sure you have a great weekend. Make sure you kick off the summertime season here with a bang. Be careful. Be well out there. Be nice to each other. Next newsletter will be Tuesday evening, the 26th. We'll see you guys then. Keep in touch. Drop me a comment. Drop me an email. I'll see you guys after the holiday. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.